Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Marlon. We are back at it again, man, with another edition of the show. So if this is your first time watching, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily updates that we have in the land of PlayStation and Xbox, as well as PC, and a whole lot more stuff in the tech industry. If that is something that intrigues you, then this is the place for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. All right, man, give the stream a massive thumbs up. Let's see if we can get as many hype points as much as possible on the streams, especially now that we are in December. We're trying to keep our foot on the throttle all the way into 2026. All right. So I'm planning on working on a video for you guys today. Hopefully I get it out today. If not, I might just get it out tomorrow. We'll see. Because I'm a little bit crunched for time and I have a lot of stuff going on. So we'll see if I can actually get it out today. If not, then we'll try to piece everything tomorrow for you guys and release it out. And you guys will see what's up. So we got a very interesting report here about... a lot of people was talking about it yesterday, tagging me into it and stuff like that, about Steam coming to the PlayStation 6. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that. It's coming from HipHopGamer. And I know HipHopGamer, for some people, is not the most credible, right? But at the same time, this is somebody who I personally know, and I've seen him work over the years, and I've seen him talk to various people in the actual industry when it comes to developers, CEOs of companies. I mean, you name it, he has done it. He's a part of Hot 97, so he gets to fly everywhere. He gets to interview. He gets to talk to whoever he wants to talk to for the most part. I mean, on the gaming side of Hot 97, that's what he actually controls. And then he's also expanded and a whole lot more stuff. But yeah, the only reason why I'm even talking about this is because there's other indications of something similar to this happening for next generation. And we also heard from Shuya Yoshida on a couple of things that actually makes perfect sense, because which we talk about before when it comes to like graphics and things of that nature. Is like, well, can it be about graphics this time around? I mean, yeah, there's going to be some games that are going to just blow you away, right? Obviously, they have to reel you in some kind of way, but it has to be something else. And what is that something else? We're going to talk about it. We're also going to be talking about 007 First Light. This is a game I'm very, very excited about, coming out early next year, and looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I was at the edge of my seats when I actually saw it, and I was like, man, this looks phenomenal. Cannot wait for 007 First Light. So we're apparently getting some sort of like showcase or some sort of like gameplay, new gameplay coming up here. So I believe it's tomorrow. We're going to be covering a little bit more on that. We also have a new PS5 controller. We also going to be talking about RDR for PS5 as an upgrade. There's some details in that regard. And then we have like a few other things that we're going to be covering today for you guys. So yeah, man, do me a favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button and hit out the share button. And so with that being said, let me just go ahead and put a timestamp on this because I do have a lot to say. Also, make sure you guys go ahead and vote up at the top of the poll right there. On the question about if you think it's coming to Steam or not in terms of the PlayStation 6 and Steam. Also, at any point of the show that you want to show some love, you can do so by checking out my man Goku in the description, or hit that super chat to show your love and generosity, which is all optional, by the way. You can do so if you have any super itchy questions, if it can't wait until the actual Q&A. All right, so with that being said, do have a lot to talk about with this topic, and then we're going to go ahead and react to the actual video on what hip hop is actually saying here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do it right now. All right, so let me swear my pans, bro, my pans. All right, so let's do this. So PS6 Steam. And let me just say that, let me start off the rip right now. because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, it don't make sense. And, why would they do that? Blah, blah, blah. It goes against what Sony is about, blah, blah, blah. I've seen the comments and stuff like that. But look at what's happening in the industry right now. Look at what Microsoft is doing right now, right? I know Microsoft is doing something completely different than Sony, but look at the direction that the industry is heading in, right? You have to do something that you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again every generation. Like there has to be a feature, there has to be, a functionality. There has to be something that's going to reel you in. And only people that are just narrow-minded is not going to be able to understand and see it. But at the end of the day, don't be surprised. If it's not Steam, it is something they're going to be working on to be able to keep you on the box and not allow you to go anywhere. Well, I wouldn't say not allow, but you don't have to go anywhere else, right? Everything is on one box. And I think that's the way of the industry right now, that the industry is evolving in that direction. I mean, we see what Microsoft is doing, right? We see the handheld market right now, the cloud and all this and that. You know what I mean? We see how that has evolved and how much better it has gotten. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility. I still do stand on Sony, having some sort of PC launcher or the whole cross-buy idea that just popped up. Not the first time Sony has done this.
Marlon, I bought an Asus Monitor XG32UC165HZ, but when I turn it on, it only shows 60HZ, and I don't know how to change it to 165HZ. Please help.
Okay. Is it hooked up to a desktop or a laptop? If it's hooked up to a desktop or laptop, doesn't matter. You have to go into the display settings and then scroll down to refresh rate. Sometimes you just have to, activate it. You just got to enable it. And also make sure your drivers Hey, my man, Wally P, my man, Bobby Cook. Thank you so much for cooking up, my brother. Thank you for the $3. Blessings. Appreciate you.
Thanks for the dono.
It's on my PS5 Pro.
Oh, it's on your Pro. Well, you can enable 165 hertz on the Pro. The highest that you're going to be able to do is 60 hertz. I mean, some games are able to do 120, right? But by default, you only are going to be able to do, 60 hertz. So that's why it's showing 60. Whenever if the game has that functionality, then it will automatically kick in. Some people have it to where it automatically detects, like there's a setting that you go into the display setting to do that. But yeah, that's the case for everybody. Whenever I hooked up my PS5 Pro to my monitor, it's always going to say 60 hertz, or your PS5 or your Series X, always going to say 60 hertz, right? But that's just how it is, and make sure you have, make sure you put it on dynamic in terms of like the resolution and stuff, because a lot of times people, they just select whatever resolution they want, which it don't really matter, but it all comes down to the actual, like Call of Duty, for instance, has that 120 hertz capabilities. So you're not going to natively have that, check box off like, oh, shoot, 4K at 120 hertz. It's always 4K 60. So that's how that goes. So that's why you're not seeing, 165 hertz, because it can't go up that high. Now, PC, that's a whole different ballgame. So there's that. Yo, Anonymous, thank you so much for the $5, man. You guys are going crazy today, starting off the month strong. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you all so much. I will be hearting all the super chats towards the Q&A portion of the show. So I appreciate y'all. All right. Let's get back into that. Hopefully that helps you, Michael. Appreciate you. But yeah, so back on the conversation at hand. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. I can see Sony saying, look, we want PlayStation 6. And like hip hop is saying, PS6, all generations of PlayStation, all in one box. Like, whether it's like giving you the functionality to be able to play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games, maybe not natively, but maybe all digitally, in a way where it's...
Thanks, bro. I thought some was wrong, lol.
Oh, no, you good. You good, brother. You good. You good. Hey, that's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. But back to what I was saying, guys. So, you know, I know hip hop had talked about the whole backwards compatibility and stuff. And then he even clarified that in the video and be like, look, man, you know, Sony already got that stuff in motion, he said, but they haven't released it yet, or they haven't went on fully with it yet. Basically, that's what he was trying to say. Now, in terms of backwards compatibility or all generations of PlayStation on the same box, that could simply mean like, you know, what we're getting kind of like right now via PlayStation Plus Premium, where, you know, you get PS1, PS2, and PS3 games, but maybe it might be set up in a whole different way, like a whole different untethered way, if that actually makes sense to you guys. And all comes down to the marketing as well, like how they're going to actually market it, right? Because we're getting to the point where if Sony can help it to where you buy your PC games on PlayStation and not have to go to PC, that would be amazing. That, which I've talked to you guys. I don't know why we act so brand new. I've been told you all about this. I never talked about Steam. I said PC launcher. Imagine if Sony have their own proprietary PC store on PlayStation 6. I need for you guys to think about the possibility. I'm not saying it's confirmed. I'm not confirmed or saying any. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. Think about it. Finding a way to reel you guys in. That's a way to reel you in. Because the PlayStation 6 is going to be crazy powerful, right? And it's going to be even more PC advanced than the PS5 and the PS5 Pro is. It's going to be driven by AI in a crazy way. I mean, you have, Redstone, that new, the new upscaling technique, I think called Project Redstone or whatever. I think it's only on Black Ops 6. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong. That's supposed to get better. FSR4, you see how crazy, and that's an extension of FSR4. So you see how crazy that's getting right now in terms of the upscaling, right? And in, you know, the stuff that Mark Cerny was talking about, no restrictions. Absolutely no restrictions when it comes to the CPU and the GPU, right? And he talked about the Radiance cores and all these different things and how much easier things are going to be. I'm telling you guys, Bobby Cook, let's go, bro. Bobby Cook, the legend, the legend has spoken, man. That is 2 on the day. Let's go, baby. That puts us up at 278. Everybody would give this up. Go to the community tab where you find all your perks. We got members only content coming up this week. You don't want to miss out. As a matter of fact, the video, hey, let's go. Appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you.
Make our own destiny.
Thank you. So like I was saying, thank you, Bobby Cook. Like I was saying, bro, think about those things. I need y'all to think, right? Like Sony could very well be working on a way to where, hey man, why should we have our players go to another platform when we can keep them on our platform? And you can buy the cross-buy situation where you can buy the same game that can work on another platform, but on the same box. Does that make sense? So you can You can literally buy a PlayStation 6. Not saying this is happening. I'm just saying it's an idea of what I think could be a possibility. Look at the industry right now. Look at what's going on. Think about those things, right? The idea of having it to where you buy a PlayStation 6 PC game, right? And you buy the same game for both versions of platforms, right? So you got the PC version and you got the PS6 console version, and you're able to still play it on the PlayStation 6. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Now, what Microsoft is doing is is offering unlimited storefronts. It's not just Steam, it's Epic, it's GOG. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. You know what I mean? Battle.net, it's everything. It's basically a PC, right? Straight up PC. I mean, all these consoles are PCs, but like this is more open source than ever before. And you could choose to your heart content on what you want to do, or you can switch back to the regular Xbox operating system. Sony, on the other hand, could be working on something completely different.
Thanks for the dono.
You guys got to think.
I don't see why Sony wouldn't react if Micro comes out with their own hybrid with users playing PlayStation games on Steam.
Exactly.
Same with the Steam box.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Because everybody is acting crazy right now. This is why I love people that are level-headed. I'm not simply sitting here saying Steam is coming to PlayStation 6, right? Hip hop got his sources, which we're going to be talking about here today. Hip hop, I know hip hop for 17 years. Been knowing hip hop for years. You understand what I'm saying? And I went to E3. It's because of him. I got my first E3, right? It's because of him. I got into E3 back in 2006. So me and him go way back, and I've seen this man work. Me and him go to all these appointments. We had different companies laid out. We had Activision. We had, Ubisoft. I mean, we go to all these events. I have pictures. I have videos of me and him. I seen him interview, Mark Cerny, talking to all these people, David Jaffe. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I don't know where he got his information from, but this is somebody who I personally know, right? And I've seen work. I've been at this man's house and seen this man talking to people in the industry on his computer, emailing back companies. And I'm like, man, what? You heard from so-and-so? And he's showing me stuff. He's like, look at this right here. This is coming from so-and-so. This is their email. This is their phone number. So this is somebody who I personally know. This is not some random old Joe on the internet who I don't know. But obviously these people have credibility, right? And hip hop has gotten some things right to where people haven't sourced them and stuff like that. And that's why I'm a firm believer of source who you get your information from. But obviously stuff like that, most of these guys, Tom Henderson and Jeff Grubb, they're not going to come out or my man Nate the Hate, they're not going to come out and give you their sources. Nobody's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So the downside, let me elaborate on the journalist side, because I've been a journalist since 2006. I can vouch for hip hop. I can vouch for, most of these guys, how these guys work. You're not going to come out and give out your source. The problem here is, how credible is your source? How credible is your source? Because here's the thing. If your source is not legit, then that's going to make you look bad. You understand what I'm saying? That's why this kind of work that we do in this space, where we get information that is not confirmed to the public, is so foggy to a lot of people. I'll believe it when I see it. Rightfully so. I'm not telling you to take it to the bank that Steam is coming to PS6, but I'm just like, hey, don't just write it off, because look at the direction that the industry is going. You understand what I'm saying? Your credibility is on the line. Bro, I got burned before. Plenty of times I got burned, baby. Plenty of times doing this, right? I have interviews on this channel from all these different developers and all that. Right. And they tell me things and I'm like, oh, OK. Or people who think they know stuff DM me in my inbox. Oh, Marlon, I heard this is happening. Or I heard that. I said, where you hear that from? Oh, so-and-so told me this. So-and-so told me that. And I got burned pretty bad 5 years ago. And I said, nah, you know what? I just block all these people because I'm like, man, bro, I'm not trying to look bad in front of people. Like, I'm not trying to ruin my image. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like look like an idiot or just look like I'm just in it for the clicks. Like, that means nothing to me. If it's legit, then it's legit, but it's your box side on the line. You understand what I'm saying? So if you come out and say something and it's completely wrong, people are not going to trust you. People are like, oh, okay, you said this and you said that. Remember what I always tell you guys. The internet got receipts. Come on, you should know this. The internet got receipts. So if you say something, bro, stand behind what you say. You understand what I'm saying? And don't even mention, like me, how I got burned 5 years ago. Shoot, I rarely get insider information like that. And if I do get insider information, I'm being told, yo, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You signed this NDA. There's a lot of things right now that I know about that I can't even talk about. Right? I can't. So I'm not going to tell y'all everything or tell y'all anything. Like, I can't do it. Like years ago when I first met my wife and everything.
If true, there's no reason to buy anything else.
Exactly. For people who are seasoned into PlayStation. Yeah. Years ago when I met my wife and everything like that, like I said, you never know who's watching your channel. I was contacted by someone.
Thanks for
I
the
can't
dono.
say no names.
When I say Sony would react, why wouldn't they put Steam on PS6? I'm not ruling it out. With the way tech functionality is going, I say yes.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody, yo, that's why I love Mark. Mark, this is why I love you, bro. This is why I love you, man, because you're one of those kind of dudes that I can see myself even in real life, like being a best friend or a friend or somebody that I can talk to about anything, video games, level-headedly. And your response is always like how I think or how I would respond. Yeah, you just never know. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, it's coming to Steam verbatim. I'm just saying, don't rule it out. Don't rule out the idea of it. That's all I'm trying to tell you guys. You understand? Maybe, you ever heard the saying, when you dream something, it's never straight, right? And we have crazy dreams before, and it never comes true in the way that the dream articulated. But it might come true in a different kind of way. Like something might happen to you in a different kind of way other than what the dream was articulated. So what I'm saying, I say all this to say this, like Steam might not verbatim be coming to PlayStation 6, but Sony might be up to something, y'all. Sony might be up into something to where they want to keep you on the PlayStation 6 and not have you go to another platform. They want you to be able to buy all your games. Hear me loudly and clear. Look at the Steam machine. Come on, you should know this. Look at the Steam machine. Look at what Valve is doing with the Steam machine, shaking up the industry right now. That is a PC box. That's a PC-like console box. It's console-like because it's cube. It's portable. You could take it on the go with you. Why do you think the GameCube was so fire back in the day? Because it looked like a mini PC, like a mini ATX PC. Come on, you should know this. And now you have smaller PCs that you can carry now. You don't have to have the big old freaking, big bulky freaking PCs carrying around, towers carrying around. You can have those small micro mini ATX cases, you know what I'm saying? And you're good to go. It's like that was done years ago, right? And now you see Valve coming out, little mini PC, like a GameCube, right? Console-like. Don't rule it out. And that is basically a PC. You're going to have Steam on it, and you can put whatever you want on it because it's a PC. It's open source. You can do whatever you want to do. Put whatever software you want on it. So think about that, right? So you honestly think Sony is just going to be sitting back in the cut, crossing their legs and crossing their hands and just watch Microsoft do that and they don't do nothing? Come on, guys. We better than this. We are better than this. For all we know, maybe not. We don't know, but don't rule it out. Anything is possible. Sony could very well be working on something to mimic what Microsoft is doing right now with the next generation Xbox. Don't rule it out. That's all I'm saying. Man, how crazy, guy. Listen to me. How crazy would it be for you to turn on your PlayStation 6, buy a PlayStation 6 game or a PS5 game, a PS4 game, a PS3 game, a PS2 game, a PS1 game. Oh, wait a minute. All generations of PlayStation on one box. Sounds ironic to what hip hop is saying, right? All generations of PlayStation under one box, including another platform PC. And you're able to buy the PC game on the PlayStation 6. So you buy both versions in one, the cross-buy situation in one box. So you purchase it once and you can play it on PC if you want to, or you can play it on PlayStation 6. That's crazy. So where the heck are you going to go? And you're able to boot up that PC game on the PlayStation 6. Think about that idea. This is all ideas I'm throwing out there. I don't know who at Sony is watching the show. I don't even know who is listening. Just like years ago, I was over here yapping my mouth. Next thing I know, I got an email. Oh, here's Gran Turismo 7. And oh, by the way, there's a game that's coming for PlayStation. Please don't say anything to anybody. Next thing I know, I open up a P.O. box. Boom, they sent me a poster for the freaking game. To this day, I still have the poster in my closet. I have not opened it. I have not taken it out. The only thing that I was hinted on was it's a classic returning. And I held it. Dude was like, look, do not mention my name. Don't even, you could say, oh, PlayStation, but don't mention my name. He was like, do not mention my name. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, Sony's PR, bro, they will scorch earth if they have to. Yo, Sony, I personally have worked with Sony on the legal side of things where I had to sign off on things. I had to sign off on stuff for them to take my content to feature it on multiple stuff that they're making. God of War documentary. Look me up. Look it up. God of War documentary. I had to sign off multiple paperwork on that saying shut your mouth and don't say nothing until it's released. All right. Don't even mention any of our names. Nothing. All right. The Last of Us Part 2 content stuff that I've done with them, what was that? The making of Last of Us Part 2, all these different things. So I know firsthand how Sony works. I know how their legal team works. I know how their PR team works. They don't play games. So I'm telling you guys right now, like, there are certain things, if it is coming from, I don't know where hip hop get the information from, but if it is coming directly from somebody from Sony, who knows? Maybe it's not Steam. Maybe they just told him, hey, look, it's Steam, right? And it's not really Steam. It's something else they're working on, but they're not going to tell you. You see what I'm saying? Because they know journalists, most of them are going to talk. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to freaking talk. And nobody wants to lose their job. Nobody wants anything to come back on them. And we both know Sony ninjas and Nintendo ninjas, they do not play around. They will pull up to your house, knock on your door like the mafia. Men in black pulling up at your door with briefcases. They don't play. So I say all this to say this. It will just be amazing for us to be able to buy all of our games on one box. And I do also believe that's the direction that the industry is going. You understand? To where, man, why go to PC or why go to Xbox? Look at what's going on right now. Come on, you should know this. It's right under our nose. Y'all don't see what's going on right now? Look. It's getting to, whoa, Marlon's about to go crazy. You doggone right. It's cold outside. I'm about to turn up the heat on you right now so you can actually feel a little bit better inside your house. I'm fixing to turn up the heat on you right now. So listen to me right now. Hear me what I'm saying. It's already happening right in front of your eyes. Don't you see it? It's getting to the point now where people are like, why should I buy an Xbox? Why the heck should I buy an Xbox? when all I need is a PlayStation 5. Because come on, wake up. Come on, you should know this. You should already know what I'm trying to say. Everything is already coming to PlayStation minus Nintendo. So why buy an Xbox? If you're not an Xbox fan, if you're not heavily invested in Xbox, it's already happening. Everything on one box is already happening. Come on, you should already know this. So why is it crazy for Sony to sit there and offer PC games on PlayStation 6? I mean, that's the next step. So what's wrong with that going into next generation? They got to reel you in some kind of way. Remember, I told y'all, don't listen to me. Those of y'all who've been rocking with me since day one, go back to those older PS4 streams. I've been said this a long time ago. If these companies, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, their job is to keep you locked in on the box, is to keep you buying and purchasing off of their storefronts. You think Sony wants you to leave the PlayStation 5 and go to another platform? Are you crazy in your brains? Microsoft is making it easier right now to sell more PS5s. Microsoft don't care because they're getting their 30%. Come on, you should know this. Guys, wake up. Stop dreaming. Stop sleeping. Wake up. Look at the stuff that Mark Cerny is talking about. Look at the relationship that Mark Cerny and AMD got right now. It's beautiful. The stuff that they're working on, it's beautiful. Right? The possibilities are going to be endless with the PlayStation 5. All the hiccups and barriers that we've been dealing with, right? When it comes to CPU and GPU processing, ray tracing, all these things are going to be so easy for the PlayStation 6 to do. So why not make it to where you can cross buy on the PlayStation 6 and buy a PC game and play it on there? And not only that too, but have it set up to where you can actually play the PC game on the PlayStation 6 and tinker with the settings like you would on PC. Woo! Wouldn't that be something? Why the heck would you go out there and go build a PC well, obviously there's a reason to go build a PC because you want more performance. But other than that, if you're heavily invested, majority of you guys are already heavily invested into PlayStation, why go anywhere else?
Thanks for the donut.
Why go anywhere else?
I think Sony and Steam would have a different financial cut. If Steam said no, Sony could say no more launching games on Steam. We have our own now.
Exactly. And that's fine. That's fine. Sony ain't gonna die if Steam says, hey, you can't do that. If Microsoft can do it, why can't Sony do it? You see what I'm saying? You see, you get what? Yeah. Valve is gonna want their cut, period. They're gonna get their cut, period. But what I'm saying is, Sony could very well be working on their own store, their own PC store, and could very well still have games released on Steam. Could still have that whole thing going on, and have their own storefront on the PlayStation 6 to where you can play PC games on the PlayStation 6. That would be cool. What? Are you crazy? Man, that would be a way to reel people in. Day one. Bro, I'm so tired of talking about this. Look at what's going on right now. Y'all don't pay attention? GPU prices skyrocketed at the early part of this year. Tariffs, CPU price. Bro, to build a PC is way more money. Unless you're rich or you're doing well for yourself, it's very expensive to build a decent, powerful PC with a 5080. And hip hop even talk about like a 5080 being able to run GTA 6 with no problems or whatever the case may be. But hear me loudly and clearly. Listen to me. Think about what the industry, where the industry is going. Think about where the tech industry is going. Everything is going up in price. RAM, all these things are going up. CPU next year is fixing. You think you see anything yet? I try to warn you guys. I told you boys. I said, look, now is the time. Been told y'all, get a PS5, get an Xbox, get a Switch too, because build a PC if you want to now, because going into next year, your goose is cooked going into next year. Why am I saying that? Because AI companies have bought up every friggin' thing. Everything when it comes to RAM. So it's going to take them even longer. It's going to be about a year and a half. By the time everything settles, we're in PlayStation 6 time. Next Xbox time around that time, before everything kind of calms down. By then, are you going to wait a whole year and a half? Maybe even 2? Console prices might go up again. Look at where the industry is going. So listen, let me say this to you guys. Let me try to paint this picture so you can understand. Some of y'all still not understand what I'm saying. Bro, it's getting more and more. You know how I get down. Why y'all playing? You know how I get down with you guys. You know I'm always going to speak the real. Look at what's going on right now in 2025. How expensive things are. How expensive it is to have it all. What do I mean by have it all? Have a really good, powerful PC to play all the games at max settings. Have a PS5 for the exclusives day one. Have a Series X, well, for Game Pass. Let's just say Game Pass, right? And then have, a Nintendo Switch 2 for the exclusives. That's expensive. That's a lot of money. That's about $6,000-$7,000.
On NGL, it sounds like PlayStation is just transitioning into PC. I don't see the difference between this and what Xbox was doing before they died.
That is true. That is true, Cake. Listen, Cake, man. Listen. Bro, I'm telling you. Look, it's not out of the realm. Microsoft been doing this. Microsoft been was heading in this direction. People just now realizing and catching up to what Microsoft is doing. The whole cross-buy, cross-play, all that. Microsoft been doing that. Come on, you should know this. You understand? Xbox Play Anywhere, all this. They've been doing that.
Thanks for the dono.
They've been doing that.
Steam on PS? They might as well add Game Pass then.
Hey, they're not going to do that, though. They're not going to do that. They ain't going to do that. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you that right now. Game Pass on PlayStation 6? No, not happening. Like I said, Sony already got their games on Steam. Makes sense in that regard. Sony already opened up the can of worms 5 years ago to put their games on PC. Makes sense, right? Game Pass, that's a whole different beast. That's counter to what Sony is in business for. What the heck? What the heck am I doing with Game Pass on our platform? You understand what I'm saying? Like, no. We're not promoting that. We don't even have that on for ourselves. We don't offer our exclusives into PlayStation Plus Premium. You know what I'm saying? Day and date. We're not doing that. Every once in a blue moon, we might drop a AA game here or there, but that's not something that we're doing. So that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to see a shift. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to see a shift going into next generation. We're going to see things that we have never seen before from Sony, not Microsoft, from Sony.
Thanks for the dono.
Bro.
If Xbox opening their ecosystem killed them, then by that logic is PlayStation also dying since they seem to be following suit?
No. Here's the difference. Sony is not launching their exclusives on Xbox. They're not doing that. It's not going to happen. Okay? They're not launching. They're not in dire need to where, man, we're not selling enough. We need to launch on Xbox. And then granted, some of Sony's first party games just don't mesh well with Xbox players. You understand? Games that would mesh. It's just like Nintendo. It's just like putting Mario on Xbox. What? Like that don't even make sense. The origins of Xbox is shooters. You understand what I'm saying? All these shooter games. That's Gears, Forza, Halo, car. I guess you could throw a car game in there too. Forza. That's that's the staple of Xbox. There's certain games that just meshes well. Genres of games that just meshes well more with another platform than the other. You understand? Certain single player games, certain games that Sony makes, it's just not going to sell very well on Xbox. This is just the way it is. Yet, would it move the needle a little bit similar to PC? Yes, but Sony has already been dibbling and dabbling into PC. Yes, we heard early reports that, Sony might not be launching their first party stuff, on PC anymore. They're probably just going to do, their live service games and stuff like that. Okay, fine. Even if that's the case, even if Sony say, you know what? We're done with doing our first party single player exclusives on PC. We're done with that, right? We're just going to do live service stuff. Even at that, I feel like, okay, if they do that, it's still a possibility that they can say, hey, look, while you're here experiencing the PlayStation 6, it's really nice and cool for you to buy the PC version while you're buying the PlayStation 6 version right here on the box. You get 2 downloads. Do you want to download the PC version or similar to how the PS? Bro, come on. It's already happening. The cross-buy stuff has been happening, right? You already, bro, do you want to similar to PS5, similar to PS3 and the Vita, all this stuff. Do you want to download the PC version? Okay. Here you go. You download the PC version of the game. Okay, the settings and the prompts are probably going to be a little bit different. And now you're playing the PC version of the game on the console. And that alleviates you from leaving. Remember, guys, I need y'all to think. The most important thing to these companies is to keep you locked into their ecosystem. What do I mean by that? Monthly active users, time being spent. Why do you think these companies make a big deal every fiscal year when they have their financial reports and all these kind of things? Why do you think they report on those things in front of their shareholders and investors? Because they want them to know, look, man, we doing good. We have this millions amount of people on our platform playing games, buying games. Come on, you should know this, right? So why get you to, and think about it. The Steam machine got Sony thinking. Don't think that the Steam machine ain't got Sony thinking. Man, you know what? Because if we don't do something different, man, people are probably just going to buy a Steam machine instead of a PlayStation 6. Not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just saying. If Sony continues down this path to where they release their single player games on PC and the window gets shorter and shorter, a year turns into 6 months, 6 months turn into 3 months, and then 3 months turn into 1 month. And then next thing you know, day and date. Why not make it to where you're all on one box? Why we're going to run you off and make you go buy a Steam machine or buy a PC? Why not keep you on the same box?
HipHopGamer got his news from Phil Spencer.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But look. I say all this to say this. Don't rule it out, guys. Before we get off into this, don't rule it out. Shout out to HipHopGamer. I have nothing but love and respect for hip hop. Hip hop is like a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he has gotten some things incorrect in the past, and he has gotten some things, right in the past. But look at the industry right now. We don't need hip hop to tell us this. Look at what's already been happening. The blueprint is right in front of our eyes.
Thanks for the dono.
Look at what's happening.
That's why Sony getting their own PC launcher. Cross-buy on either PS or PC. One launcher on both console and PC.
There you go. My man, Steven. You're smart. You're smart as a whip. You're the first one to raise your hand when the teacher is like, hey, When did Christopher Columbus come to America? You're like, oh, I already know. Look, man. Look. Listen. Let me say this, bro. It makes sense. What you just said, it makes sense. We heard reports that Sony's been working on their own PC launcher. If that thing is still in the pipeline, if their own PC launcher is still in the pipeline, then what the heck, bro? Why not? You see what I'm saying? Why not have your own PC launcher inside of the PlayStation 6 UI to where you can go into that UI? You can switch. Like, okay, you have the traditional console, UI for the PlayStation 6, and then you switch over to the PC launcher, and then you can launch you can launch. Oh my Lord, man. And look, bro, how amazing that would be. You switch from similar to what Microsoft is doing, but in a different way. You have the PlayStation 6 UI and, the console-like experience, and then you just open up an app or open up, another side of the PlayStation 6, and then boom, it's all PC games. Oh, you can buy PC games, or if you buy it on the PlayStation Store and if you already cross-buy that game, you already have access to that game, you're good to go. You go into the PC launcher store, you can buy the game there and play the freaking game on the same machine. That would be something that we have never seen before from Sony. And that's a way to reel you in, because some of y'all gonna be like, well, what the F? Why should I sit here and buy a 6090 and pay $3,000-$4,000 for a 6090 and buy some expensive Intel or AMD processor or some expensive CPU, GPU, motherboard, power supply, you know what I'm saying? A beautiful freaking case. Well, why should I do that? Spend all this freaking money just for maxed out ray tracing graphics when I can just play it on the PS6. I don't know about you, but that's a sweet deal. That's like a purchase that will last me for a very, very long time, for years to come. You're going to get your money's worth out of that. All your PlayStation PC releases on one box. You ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't got to buy no other platform. What?
Thanks for the
Man,
dono.
Sony would be crazy not to do it.
I agree with Steven, but how would Steam react if they no longer have PlayStation launch access? Great conversation here.
Exactly. You see you see? That's what you see. This is why I wanted to come on here and give my 2 cents on this joint. This is why before I even show y'all hip hop stuff, shouts to hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I want to give y'all my own 2 cents. See, this is why you guys know I'm not going to blow smoke on you guys and waste your time and just report on stuff and not give y'all my 2 cents. I'm giving y'all my 2 cents. Man, this is one of the best conversations we've had on our channel in a long time, in our community. All I'm saying is this. I'm not confirming anything. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just open up your mind, guys. Look at what's already happening right now. It's not out of the possibility. It's not impossible. You understand what I'm saying? Sony could very well be doing this and shock everybody. Because look at this. This is just the way how I think. Somebody who had a successful business, multiple successful businesses in the past. Let me tell you this.
Thanks for the dono.
Hold on.
HipHopGamer 10% right, 90% wrong from his career.
Hey, well, okay. Based on what you're saying, Michael, 10% right. He could very well, out of that 10%, he could very well be right about this whole situation. That's what I'm saying. Don't write the idea off of this happening. Don't write it off, because it could very well be happening. If I was Sony, look, bro, do I want to sit here and pay another company 30% for the rest of my life? For the rest of our existence? No, definitely not. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's up to Sony to continue that, to continue their partnership, releasing games on Steam if they want to. It could very well continue on, but I'm just saying, if Sony have their own storefront to where you can buy the games that you want to play day and date on the same machine, Wow, man. Wow. So let's go ahead and let's react to what's being said here from HipHopGamer. And I need everybody to listen to what he's saying here. And full credit goes to hip hop. That's one thing about me. I give full credit where credit's due. You know, I'm a journalist myself. I've been a journalist since 2006. So I know how it is. On all of my streams, I always put all the links of every piece of story that I cover on this channel. And this ain't going to be no different. All right. So, hey, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with an ocean of salt. All I simply say before we take a look at this content, all I'm simply saying is don't write it off completely because you don't know. If it ain't verbatim Steam, it might be dono. Something else.
When the last time hip hop hit the lottery, bro?
You know what? You know what? Okay, I guess you don't follow hip hop a lot, where a lot of people have been talking about things that he's been talking about for years. And look, bro, I've already talked about this 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And then he puts the video link and be like, oh, Destin Legary, freaking Tom Henderson, all these people reported on, what's his name? God, what's that boy's name? Jez, Tom Warren, all these people talking about things that he has also reported on, right? And not give him proper credit. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, okay? Not saying that this man has gotten every single, none of us do, because things are subject to change. That's just, you don't know how this stuff works. If somebody comes to me from Sony and say something like, yo, Sony is working on this right now. This is coming out XYZ time. Things can change. And that plan, that thing that I heard is no longer a thing because these companies are constantly evolving. I'm wasting my time. Y'all don't understand how this stuff works. All right, let's go. Shout out to hip hop. Let's go.
Hot 97 is going down right now. Look, let's get straight to the point, baby. Steam is coming to PlayStation 6. Confirmed. You know how it gets down when I come around with these videos. You know what I'm saying? And listen, later on, make sure y'all give me the credit.
Hold on. You notice how he said, I need y'all to listen very carefully. If this is wrong, that's another strike of y'all don't believe him. He's not credible, this and that. This man came out and said, confirmed. You hear? Bro, are y'all hearing me right now? I know y'all can hear. This man is saying, bro, that's a powerful word to use on hearsay. Are you?
Thanks for the dono.
Okay.
I'll take Colt Eastwood news any day over hip hop.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to Colt. You know what I mean? Colt, follow me. Colt is cool with me. I can hit up Colt anytime I want to. But Colt has gotten some things wrong too, my brother. So there you go. Back to what I was saying. Hip hop is the first thing that man said. You know how I get down. This is confirmed. So if he is wrong about this, y'all can come back and be like, okay, your word was not bond. You said it was confirmed. That's all I got to say. Let's get back into the huddle.
When the news come out, you know what I'm saying, and all these outlets you be acting like they the ones who they don't bring nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bring nothing. Make sure you source this video. You already know what it is. Now, let's get to it. Steam is officially coming to PlayStation 6. Now, obviously, I can't give away my sources and stuff like that, but I'm going to let you in on a little something.
Yes, sir.
Now, the first thing I can tell you is this, right? PlayStation 6 officially will be more of an open platform. Yes, it's crazy. It's happening with multiple OSs that you can like boot into. So pretty much like I kind of told you before, in 2024, in terms of like having a PC mode and a console mode, when I was making reference to what the Xbox is going to be like in the future and everything like that with the whole hybrid stuff. Yep, PlayStation 6, baby. It's going down officially. Steam is coming to PlayStation 6. Now, another reason why they're doing this too, and obviously this is a business move, is PC has been great for PlayStation in a big way. And how do you marry that? And the way you marry it is making sure that more people can stay inside of the PlayStation ecosystem, obviously through the hardware, by having this opportunity to bring Steam to the platform. Now, I know a lot of people out there talking about, you know, the Steam machine and the competition and PlayStation got to worry about this. No, no, you got it all wrong. Had to spin a chain on that one, dog. You got it all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Steam is definitely coming to PlayStation, and it's going to be the one-stop shop for all video games, all generations of PlayStation. And also something that's very interesting too is that you're gonna see all the generations of PlayStation benefit from AI in a major way. So think about it kind of like how NVIDIA does with the RTX remixes and stuff like that. That's gonna be something that will be a new standard. That's gonna be the norm. So it's gonna be unbelievable. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably gonna be like, well, we heard you say all generations before hip hop, but what about the PS3? What about the PS3? They ain't come to PS5 yet, so like that. Yo, I'm telling you, like I told you before, and I gave y'all the update on this already. It's already there. Like they can do it. They already have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But from a business standpoint, this is what I found out later. But from a business standpoint, why get that to you when I can sell it? For example, Red Dead Redemption. That's a PlayStation 3 title, right? But you see that they took their time to upgrade that, and now you can get that on the PS5. So it's the same concept. They could have been did this. It's already there. It's already been.
I'll donate $500 if HipHopGamer right, I promise.
All right, we going Michael Peer. Hopefully you're still subscribed to the channel by the time the PlayStation 6 comes out. If Steam does come to PlayStation 6, $500, man. All right, I hear you.
Working, tested, and stuff like that. While you starting to see a lot more RC PS3 games like MotorStorm being fully playable and 60 FPS upgrades, all that stuff been there. All that stuff has been there, and it's coming. It's just going to come at a later time where the PlayStation 5 isn't as much of the focus like that, and everything's going to be more geared towards the PlayStation 6 in a couple of years. So, hey, business model is a business model. You know, why give it away when people pay for it? And people have been paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Metal Gear Solid 4. You know what I mean? Guns of the Patriots. You want that, right? Could have been had that. But you're going to see how that plays out, too. Wait till you see how that game plays out and other stuff that's coming. But anyway, another thing I wanted to share with y'all, too, is that the FSR technology, you know what I'm saying, the Redstone stuff. Now, what's interesting about that is that FSR4, now that they moved into their AI movement, just like how NVIDIA been doing with the DLSS, FSR4 is moving at a crazy fast rate. But when the PlayStation 6 come around, that whole suite of technology is going to be on another level. That's what Mark Cerny was talking about. You know what I'm saying? With the neural arrays and all the new things that they're doing, especially with bandwidth and getting more traditional PC parts so it's easy to port and things of that nature. It's about to be a crazy different system with the Prometheus that Mark was talking about. It's crazy. So now another thing I want to bring to your attention is so this right here is crazy. So notice in the title, I didn't just say Steam coming to PlayStation 6 and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say it like this.
Oh, shoot.
I know a lot of people's gonna be like, well, if Steam is coming to PlayStation 6, do you think it'll come to PlayStation 5 as well? Do you think that they'll open that up and stuff like that?
Oh, boy.
From what I hear, no. That's from what I hear so far. I didn't hear anything about Steam coming to PlayStation 5. Now, I'm not saying it's not, but you know how I get down. I don't do the rumors. I either tell you what's happening or it's not. You know what I'm saying? Most likely, will it happen? Yeah, most likely. But with the way I'm hearing, the way things are set up, I just don't see it happening unless there's some dramatic changes. But yeah, Steam coming to PlayStation 6, official. But you know what? If I have to provide an update to this video, I will when it comes to Steam on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro as well. But what I can confirm is that Steam is coming to the PlayStation, period. So now, another thing I wanted to share with you, which is crazy, is in the title, I also made mention of GTA 6 delayed, right? So, you know, there's footage, right? You see how the Xbox Ally is out? There's footage of me getting the information about the Xbox Ally way before the Xbox Ally was announced. I just wasn't allowed to put it out. You know what I'm saying? Also, I got footage of a brief moment about, the GTA 6, coming to PC and how the RTX 5080, I think the RTX 5080 is a great card to run GTA 6, at like a major max level and stuff like that, right? So now, y'all know how I get down, right? Take a look. The performance of these laptops having the RTX 50 series in them and stuff like that. Have you been able to test out some games yet? And if so, what is the performance really like right now, bro? Please let me know, man.
So this has to be okay. So we can't test any games yet because we have to wait till they send us their testing kits, NVIDIA testing kits, because they've been keep the secret super close. They just announced their GPUs yesterday.
Got you, yeah.
It's a secret forever. But
Got
now
you.
Afterwards, they will send us their testing kits, and then we'll know how the performance goes. But they promised us the performance is way better than last year. We're super excited about it, and then we'll see. Next year. This year, GTA 6.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait, son. I can't wait, son.
GTA 6, bro.
Yeah,
Man.
I can't wait, son.
We can play GTA 6 on the new models, new babies, and then we're super excited about it. Next generation, man.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. Do you think Asus will be open to like making their own, I guess, Xbox and like selling like their own version of an Xbox, or have Microsoft spoke to y'all about that? And the reason I'm saying that is because if y'all was to do something like that and have your own like parts and stuff like that, I think it'll be one of the biggest impacts in console world. Like
that'd be the dream. But the problem is, I think that will have to go through years of software development because they designed their own platform. But for example, Xbox or PlayStation, they have their own platform. They have their own software. But for us, we're using Microsoft OS software.
Right.
With that in mind, it's probably have to have for years of development. We have the hardware, we have the technology, but we just need years of development for the software.
Got you. Okay. Because I was trying to figure out how that was going to be, because they was talking about like Xbox licensing out their brand so that other manufacturers could just make it. So that'll be the hardware now.
Actually, it's funny enough. So we have a gaming handheld called the Ally.
Yeah, of course. I love the Ally. Yeah.
So basically, we're kind of tinkering with that idea a bit because it's kind of a new software development. The Armory Crate Special Edition.
I love the Armory Crate. Yo, actually, I made a mention of Armory Crate in the song that I made for ROG. I made a song for it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Sick, man. I gotta tell you, man. So basically, we kind of took with that idea. We developed our own software for the Armory Crate for that specific handheld, the ROG Ally.
Yeah.
But we still want to keep that good relationship with all these platforms.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we still kept it as an OS, a Microsoft Windows OS.
Yeah.
We still wanted people to associate, the handheld or these systems with our laptops.
Absolutely.
So that's why we still kept it with Windows OS.
Now, this dude right here, this is my man right here, and I'm telling y'all, get ready. So now that you saw that clip, you know how it goes down when I'm around. Every time I drop something, I got receipts I can show y'all. So get ready, get hyped, get excited. And the last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with is PlayStation 6 will also have a PlayStation home style of video game. It's like a hub to be able to have different opportunities to experience PlayStation. So
PS3, like how the PS3.
way it was described, it's kind of like when you look at Street Fighter 6 and their universe, or if you look at NBA 2K,
okay.
my city, my neighborhood, or when you think about the Tekken 8 with the lounge, Tekken lounge that you can run around. It's something sorta playing in the world of that. So it's not exactly like how PlayStation Home was back in the PS3 era, like how we knew it.
Okay.
But it is something along those lines that we can expect to experience on the PlayStation 6. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is going to be very interesting because it's all geared towards more of a social experience on PlayStation, but presented in like not the traditional way where, hey, let me just, you know, go to the regular universal interface and just do it like how we normally do it. It's supposed to be presented in a much more PlayStation Home style of way, social networking type of way, but it's also geared towards being able to use the PlayStation in a more PC-like way versus the standard console ways of before. So I know that's kind of vague here and there, but I'm just trying to give y'all the information I'm getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I think there was something else that I wanted to tell y'all. Also the PC mods, like the PC mod culture with Grand Theft Auto 6, there's a lot of feedback and a lot of community influence on Grand Theft Auto 6 that y'all will see in the game. And that's another reason why it's not going to take as long to come to PC once the console version release. So stay tuned, get hype, get ready. You rocking with the GOAT of the game, baby. HipHopGamer on your Hot 97 every day. That's my word. I love y'all, baby. The GOAT. We out here. Peace.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot right there, bro. I mean, this man got notes. You know what I mean? Every time he's talking, he's looking at, you know what I mean? He's looking at the teleprompt or whatever he's looking at and giving out the information. Look, man. Look. Like I said, I've been there with this man. I've been there, bro. I know. Like I said before, don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. You know what I mean? Because this could very well be something that Sony is working on. And I've talked about this way before we even hear this from hip hop, way before all this stuff has been happening. I told y'all, I said, look, these companies are trying to figure out a way each and every generation. Look at what Microsoft did, right? During the Xbox One generation, they were confused. Yes. But at the same time, think about it. Microsoft did it first. Microsoft, you know what? Here's your flowers. I wish I had, you know what? Microsoft, hold on, Microsoft. Hold on. I'm going to give you your flowers. Hold on, man. I'm going to give you some flowers, Microsoft. Hold on, man. Hold on, Microsoft. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on, man. Hold on, Microsoft. Hold on a second, Microsoft. I got some flowers for you, baby. I got some flowers. You know what I'm saying? I got some flowers for you. Hey, Microsoft. Look. Microsoft, you know, I'm a man of my word. Microsoft, even though you screwed up during the Xbox One generation with the DRM and all this and that, you know, look, Microsoft, look, I want you to have these flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I'm saying you deserve your flowers is because Microsoft was trying to do this to where the Xbox One, how they were trying to put it was all entertainment, one box. Remember? Connect all this stuff. You can watch your TV shows, movies, whatever, right? All your games, all in one box. Microsoft, Ben was doing this. Ben was trying to do this years ago, right? And then fast forwarding to Series X and S, and then now leaving Series X and S to, wait for it, to Magnus, right? And having it more of an open source to where you can basically do what? You know what I'm saying? Do what? Right? Allow you to be able to play any games you want, whenever you want, not just the Xbox games, but also PC games or wherever you have that digital storefront at. That's what Microsoft is doing. But Microsoft has been doing this. So I give them their flowers. That's one thing with me, bro. I give credit where credit's due. I stand on business, man, and I stand on my word. If I messed up on something, if I say something wrong, then I'm just completely wrong. But I'm telling you, Microsoft's been doing this. You guys know this too. And so going into next generation with Magnus, that's not something new. That's not something that we you know what I mean? Yeah, it's new in the sense of Microsoft is being more bold with it and coming out and saying, hey, look, this is what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Similar to the Xbox Ally and what the Xbox Ally is doing right now. That's what, come on, you should know this. Come on. Look at what the Xbox Ally is doing. That's what our console, our next console. You didn't hear what Sarah Bond said? Sarah, look, Phil, here's your flowers. Sarah, here's your flowers. All of you guys, here's your flowers. Because this is something that you guys have been trying to do for years. And then now it's finally coming together. Remember what the guy said from Asus. The guy said like, yo, that takes years of development, software and development and research and all this and that. And that interview that Hip Hop did with the guy from Asus, that was way before the Xbox Ally was even a thing. So I'm trying to tell you, Microsoft, and what is Microsoft doing now? Microsoft is outsourcing themselves, to all these different companies and everything, right? To license and all this and that, license and everything. Xbox this, Xbox that, Xbox work on this handheld, this and that. You know what I mean? Now they have the Xbox, full experience on all these handhelds. Come on, you should know this. Like it's happening right in front of our eyes. So it's not brand new. So that's what I'm saying. It's not out of the realm of possibility for Sony to follow suit. Sony follows suit on everything else. But Microsoft was the first. Here's your flowers to put their games on PC. Right? And then Sony 5 years ago, oh, shoot, we need to put our games on PC too, because games that have already ran their course on our console, on our platform, we need to move the needle a little bit more. So that's why we're going to be putting our games on PC. It makes a whole lot of sense. So again, bro, like, listen, man, Sony always copying. Microsoft is always, always copying. Nintendo, all these companies, you know what I'm saying? They work off of each other. You know what I'm saying? They mimic off of each other. Like, that's just the way it is. So that's what I'm saying. Don't be surprised if you see Sony goes down a similar path. I don't know why this is news to you guys. This is something that I saw coming a mile away. Remember, I'm going to leave y'all with this. All right? Remember what Shuya Yoshida said, bro. Bro, let me put down these flowers. Let me put down my white flowers, bro. Listen.
Thanks for the dono.
Xbox is doing that cause Sony is destroying them.
Look. That fight in the boxing ring between Sony and Microsoft has been over with. For 17 years, it's been over with. You know what I'm saying? That Microsoft has lost that battle. So if you were Microsoft, what would you do? Would you keep on going down the traditional Xbox 360 route, or would you do what they're doing now? You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to ask yourself. So check this out. Listen to me. Look, you literally see what Shuya Yoshida-san said recently, right? The ceiling for graphics is already there, right? Just like Phil Spencer said, bro, the growth when it comes to consoles for us, we're already hitting the ceiling. We got to go beyond the ceiling. That's why you see them releasing their games on PlayStation. That's why you see them being more of an open source when it comes to all these companies, have the Xbox license on all these different PC handhelds. Everything is on Xbox, all this and that. Why do you think because Microsoft wants to be everywhere. Sony don't want to be every single where like Microsoft does. You understand? Two separate kind of business model. You understand what I'm saying? So what Shuya Yoshida-san was saying made sense. Bro, they're probably not going to wow you with graphics, at least not right away. Some of the PS6 games are going to look amazing. The launch games are going to look amazing, but they're not going to be that huge of a jump. So what else? This is what I'm saying. Sony got a trick up their sleeve. Anybody who knows anything about boxing knows that you just don't go in the ring and throw punches. because you will get knocked out. You see what I'm saying? You will get freaking knocked out on the freaking. You get knocked out on the freaking floor. You get knocked out in the ring if you go in the ring throwing freaking punches with no technique, no nothing, no sort of plan, no direction, no nothing, no nothing. You know what I mean? You just going in there throwing punches. That's not how it works. So therefore, like I told you guys, Sony got a plan for us. They got something up their sleeve. That same doggone PlayStation. Ooh, listen to me right now. How sweet would it be? The PlayStation 6 handheld. Think about that. With what Sony's been doing right now with the whole lower power mode, stuff like that with the PS5, where it lowers the resolution and the frame rate and things of that nature. And that's for like battery and efficiency and stuff like that, right? Think about that with the PlayStation 6 handheld. All of what they're doing right now is a beta for what PlayStation 6 is going to be offering, right? And the marketing for PlayStation 6 is going to be more PC-like. It's going to be more of a PC-like marketing. That's what I believe. I think we're getting to the point now where it's like, bro, consoles are just going to be more marketed as a PC than it's actually a console, if that makes any sense to you guys. With still offering the flavors that they've been offering for years, the traditional console home experience, but more open source, like what hip hop is saying, more like, more user friendly. Like you can go in there, do whatever you want to do, change up. We're over here screaming and crying about background. How about you, add your own background? You know what I mean? Make your own custom themes and all that kind of stuff, just like on PC. Come on, guys. Come on. You see what I'm saying? Like, think about those things. I'm thinking all different kind of ways. I have so many ideas in my head. It's freaking crazy. None of them probably is going to come through, but I'm telling you one thing. Sony got some plan up their sleeve. They have to realize it can't just be about, 4K 120. How did that work out for us this generation? Come on. How did that work out for us this generation? That did not work out well for us. You guys should know this. Why? That didn't work out because a bunch of the games that we were getting, they're talking about 4K 120 or 120 on the box or all this and that, 8K and all this and that. Then they changed it. And then the whole thing about 4K 60, half the games that we've been getting was at 4K 30. Right? For half of the generation, we've been getting a lot of games at 4K 30. And in the half of the generation later, we've been getting games at 60. Same thing with PlayStation 6. You think you're going to get every single game at 4K 120 if that's what it's marketed as? No. Come on, guys. Right? So it can't just be about resolution and frame rate that you're going to be sold on. You are going to have to be sold on features. What new features? You know what I mean? Because the jump from PlayStation 5 to 6 is probably not going to be that big of a jump. Right? So it has, just like Shuhei Yoshida, look it up. Just like Shuhei Yoshida said, it has to be something else they have planned. I am telling you, the ability to be able to play PC games on the PlayStation 6, especially with this handheld.
My PS5 Pro got 4 years left before I get PS6.
Well, there you go. And it's going to even last longer than that. You understand? Look how long Sony's been supporting PS4. You know what I mean? And people were getting mad. This is why I try to tell you boys, jump. You have the gold mine right in front of your eyes. Jump on it right now. You got the gold mine right in front of your eyes. Jump on it right now. You got the PS5 for $399. It ain't going to be $399 forever. $450 forever. PS5 Pro, $648 on Amazon for Cyber Monday. It ain't going to be $648 forever. Get on it. Because these machines are going to be supported for years to come. Bro, PS5 is not even peaking yet. Right now. You heard, shoot, I ain't even got to repeat this. You didn't hear that most of the developers are now starting to transition from PS4 to PS5? Just now, 5 years later. Why? Because developers are still on PS4. Man, come on. The last couple of earnings call, do I have to tell you all this? The last couple of earnings call that we have gotten, right? Come on. They said, bro, majority of their player base is PS4. So why won't you buy a PS5 now? Why are you going to sit there and wait on PlayStation? You don't know what PlayStation 6 is going to bring. Maybe what PlayStation 6 is offering, you are probably not going to be happy. And the same thing that you complain about this generation for the first 2 or 3 years is what you're going to complain about during the PlayStation 6 generation. Features or no features, you're going to be getting mad saying, oh, why is Sony doing a bunch of cross-generation game? Because that's the nature of the beast. It's just now you've been gaming. You've been gaming for years, so you should know this, right? That, a lot of the stuff for the first 2, 3, or 4 years is nothing but PlayStation 5 mixed in with PlayStation 6, unless Sony has a whole different roadmap. Unless they're going to restructure everything differently, which I don't see, because they're not going to sit here and alienate all these. It's not going to happen. So therefore, if you get a PS5 now, you're good for the next 5, maybe 6, 7 years from now. You're still playing PS5. And PlayStation 6 is there if you want it, right? But man, think about this. Whew, Sony, I don't know if anybody from Sony is watching this. This is free game. Free game. I'm giving out free game right here. Think about this. Last thing I'm going to say, and we're going to get to the next topic. Think about this. And then I got to get to Mark's donation. I don't know why it didn't prompt up. Think about this. The PlayStation 6 handheld is supposed to be mimicking the PlayStation 6, right? So think about how the remote play situation works with PS Portal. How amazing would it be for you to pull up the PC launcher or whatever, Steam, whatever it is, on this PlayStation 6 handheld and being able to download those games and play those games on that PlayStation 6 handheld with the allowing you to play those games on the PlayStation 6 handheld in that lower power mode. So you're playing these games at decent frame rates and decent resolution, and you're able to take that on the go with you and not having to rely on a internet connection so much like the Portal is. Like the PS6 handheld is some sort of like native machine, like native handheld, like similar to how the Vita was, but sort of like a hybrid. Ooh, I'm giving out free game. Sony. Pay attention, Sony. Look. Have the PS6 handheld like a hybrid of the two. So a hybrid of the PlayStation Portal and a dedicated handheld combined on top of the power of the PlayStation 6 or the power of that chip. You see, okay. You see how the Asus, Z Flow 13 is the new 2025 Z Flow 13 with that Strix Halo chip. And it's able to play games at 1600p. It's on the power level of a RTX 4060. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Z Flow 13. Think about the chip. I don't know what chip is going to be in that PlayStation 6 handheld, right? Who knows? Maybe another Strix Halo Part 2 or whatever the case. I'm just throwing stuff right now. But y'all understand where I'm going with this. Think about that, man. Being able to play PlayStation PC games on that handheld. Oh my God. Boy, I'd be all over that. I don't know about y'all, but Sony is going to be reeling me in on that one. Being able to play PC games on that PlayStation 6 handheld on the go, as well as PlayStation 6 games, being able to stream them. And then being able to play PS5 games natively on there. Oh, shoot, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Whoa. Wait, what? All right, sign me up. Where do I need to sign up at? I'm getting that joint day one. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised. These companies are hungry for. I wish I worked at one of these companies as an advisor or somebody that have a bunch of ideas. There's so many ideas I have, bro. You know what I'm saying? That I can share and be like, look, what about this? Or what about that? Or can you make this? I have this idea for this. Can you make this happen? Bro, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm thinking from a gamer perspective on what I would want and what I would want to play. Why do you think the PSP was so successful? Why do you think the Switch or the Switch 2, because of the hybrid functionality of the Switch 2? Isn't that what the rumors are saying? Look it up. Look it up. Why y'all sitting there? Look it up. Isn't that what the rumors were saying from Moore's Law is Dead? That the PlayStation 6 handheld is supposed to be some sort of hybrid that is supposed to be mimicking the Switch 2? I'm about to walk up out of here. The show is over. I am done with the show for today. Case closed. Church is done. Hear me. If the rumors are to be believed that Sony is trying to mimic what the Switch 2 is doing with the PlayStation 6 handheld, oh my Lord. And if the price is as competitive as what Nintendo is offering, are you crazy in your friggin' brains? Man, look, man, stop playing, bro. Bro, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. Sony got a chance to do something different, to do something that we have never seen them done before. Man, we ain't even talking about games being remade. We're talking about hardware, because all this conversation is stemming from hardware. Not saying any of this is happening. This is just me giving y'all a wild card thoughts on this stuff and what Sony, I think they should do. This is just my opinion piece, baby. It's not facts. I'm not saying it's happening. Please do not source me. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. Wow. Me as a gamer, as a consumer myself, I would buy that. Are you crazy? A PlayStation 6 handheld that is Switch-like, and it's a hybrid. Basically, you can stream PlayStation 6 games, play PS5 games natively, PS3, PS2, and PS1 games. All generations, like hip hop is saying. Oh, my Lord. Let me calm down. Let's get to the next topic. Let's get to the next. I told y'all I had a lot to say on this, because that's how my mind works, bro. I love this gaming stuff. I live, breathe, eat, sleep this stuff. You hear me? I was born for this. I'm telling you guys, I could talk about this all day freaking long. Possibilities are endless. All I'm giving y'all today is possibilities of what could happen. That's it. Now, Mark says, hold on, let me big this up right quick. Appreciate you, Mark. Let me big this up. Says, let's keep it real. The moment Micro shows Magnus launching PS games through Steam, whoa, oh my God. First thing Sony fans will say is PS6 needs to have Steam. Whoa. How them boys do it? Whoa. Crazy, right? Man, I don't know why y'all act surprised. Why y'all always do this to yourselves, man? Come on, you should know this. You should know that if Sony is jealous, just like Microsoft and all these companies are jealous of each other. If they see you doing something, chances are they're probably going to do something similar. Just like with Mark, you got a solid point. Thank you for the $5 friggin'. Sony going to be like, wait a minute. Launching PlayStation games on Magnus, and we just gonna sit back and twinkle our freaking fingers and not do a darn thing? I need y'all to think. What do I always come on here? You think I just do this show just for nothing? I'm coming out here to try to open up your eyes, and so you guys can understand and give y'all the real. So y'all can understand. These companies been doing the same doggone thing for years. Now is the time. Look at Microsoft. Whole new Microsoft come this generation. What do you think Sony is going to be doing next generation? I'm going to leave it right there. Shut your mouth, Marlon. Shut your mouth. I'm wasting my breath. Next topic. Done talking about it. If y'all got something else y'all want to throw in, hey, hold on to the Q&A. But I'm mic drop. I'm done. That's it. Let's talk about this showcase. Try to tell you guys, man. These companies are trying to evolve. Sony is trying to evolve. Microsoft have already evolved. Think about, I just need y'all to think. Think. Stop thinking the same way. Stop thinking, oh, Sony's just going to make a traditional PS6. For all we know, that could be the case. Maybe they might have multiple versions of the PS6. We don't know. But don't be blindsided. Don't just think one way. Don't have blinders on and can't see the left or the right. Okay. Think how you want to think, though. All right. So here we go. Let's talk about this showcase here, because this is also another game that I'm like, yo, please drop this joint. Please drop this joint, because this game is going to be crazy. So what were we talking about today? We're talking about 007 First Light. I got the collector's edition on pre-order. I'm a man of my words. I keep my word. Yo, 007 First Light gameplay showcase set for December 3rd with key dev team members. So this is crazy. December 3rd, that's tomorrow. So IO Interactive has announced that it will pull the lid off a bunch of new 007 First Light gameplay footage in a broadcast on December 3rd, 2025 at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, 5 p.m. CEST. So that the broadcast will take place on Twitch, and it will feature a number of key development team members. So yeah, if you care about that game, then tune in around that time. All right, that game is going to be fire, dude. That game is probably one of the best game for 2026. I'm not joking. That joint is freaking fire. Stop playing. All right, so let's go ahead and let's move on to the next topic here. Let's talk about this Dualsense controller. Now, you know, Sony, this is what these companies do, man. They always come out with new controllers just to get you. And it's up to you guys to decide, oh, you know, is this something that I want to purchase? Like, do I want a new controller? You know, like, I mean, we got a new God of War controller. We got a new Last of Us controller. We got Ghosts of Yote. We got all these games. But unless you are a fan, then I guess. But here it is right here. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. This is the new controller. And probably some of you guys are not going to care, but it's okay. PSU.com is reporting Genshin Impact limited edition DualSense wireless controller announced. So here it is right here. It says Sony and HipHopGamer Games announced a brand new limited edition controller celebrating the free to play and got your title, Genshin Impact, featuring a gorgeous pad design and color scheme. And right here, as you guys can see, quote, we are thrilled to have the opportunity to present the DualSense Wireless Genshin Impact limited edition to our players and fans around the world. So the controller features iconic design elements inspired by Genshin Impact's beloved travel twins and Mammoth, celebrating years of adventure and companionship. So I'm telling you guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. But if you guys are interested in this joint, let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. They even had a whole trailer for it and everything. So Sony seems like they are serious right now. And obviously, the retail for this is going to be $84. I mean, $85, sorry. $85. US. And then obviously we have different conversions, and pre-order starts on the 11th of December. So yeah, there you guys go, man. Let me know what y'all thoughts in the actual comment section. What do you guys think? All right. Let's talk about Red Dead Redemption. Now, I know some of you guys are probably disappointed that this is not Red Dead Redemption 2, but we heard that Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming up next. So my man Sink Potato put out a tweet right here. So Sink Potato is like, Red Dead Redemption on PS5 is confusing. No haptic feedback, no adaptive triggers, trophies don't import, 4K UI and better draw distance. We have had already one at 4K 60 on PS5 for years. Why make a native version without supporting actually basic PS5 features? Sorry, generally what the F. So here we are. And then Sony is obviously promoting it right now. Out on their Twitter says Red Dead Redemption PS5 joins PlayStation Plus game catalog today. The PS5 version features enhanced image quality, HDR support for PS4 save data crossover and more. So there you guys go, man. There you go. Are you guys going to be playing this? Let me know your thoughts in the actual comment section. What do you guys think? All right. So I know y'all probably have a lot to say. So we're going to jump right into the Q&A. Make sure you boys hit that like button for me if you did enjoy the show today, man. I know I did enjoy the show myself. So if you have any questions, any concerns, apparently no haptic feedback, trophies, or anything like that. That's kind of crazy. But, you know, RDR1 is fire, man. RDR1 is legendary. I would definitely say that. You know, definitely legendary game for sure. So, yeah. You know, runs at 60 FPS, which that was the case before. But, hey, what are you going to do? It said,
to go even further
Bobby Cook. Shout outs to Bobby Cook, man. Bobby Cook out here cooking right now. Thanks for the 3, my brother. Appreciate you. One love and God bless. Today's Juice WRLD's birthday. Happy birthday,
Thanks
man,
for
to the
dono.
GOAT. Juice WRLD, baby.
I'm gone, Sue Marlin and Hip Hop if Steam news fake.
Oh, whatever, bro. Oh, whatever. I never said that it was happening. I said, don't close your mind to it. It might be something similar. Bobby Cook again. Bobby Cook again. Holy. Shout outs to Bobby Cook, man. Again. Yeah. I never said it was going to happen. I said, don't close your mind and your hearts away from it because it could be in a different way. It could not, it can't be Steam natively. It could be Steam natively. Who knows? Or it could function differently. Maybe a PC launch or something else. We will see. Maybe not. Maybe it might just, be a traditional console. We will see. We'll see. We just have to wait and see how it turns out. My man, Low Soul, what's up, brother? He said, Marlon says, I had the PS5 Pro last week, but I had to sell it to pay a bill. But I bought another one for $450 yesterday with 2 controllers. Bobby Cook again. Bobby Cook, Elite Ninja Bobby Cook with another $3, man. The $3 Goku train is continuing on. Salute, my brother. Salute. So let's finish up what he's saying. Yesterday, with 2 controllers, people be lying. Let me see what he's saying. People be lying, saying that the Pro is trash. It's fire. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Loso, man, everybody got their own opinion. Man. That's why it's called an opinion. Hey. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. You feel me? So, hey, if somebody else think the PS5 Pro is trash, then, hey, it's trash. Don't buy it. Marlon, trust me on this. The third-person mode being added to Avatar Friday is game-changing. It looks spectacular on the Pro. Wow. Really? And I bet you that game was dirt cheap during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. He said, why this dude keeps sending $3? Well, because he wants to support the show, and that's what he can afford to drop. That's what he can afford to drop, man. So God bless him. You know what I mean? He didn't have to drop $3. You know what I mean? I'm never going to ever be ungrateful. Hey, if he wants to drop $3, then that's what he got to drop. God bless him. Let's see here. It said $450 for a PS5 Pro. It's a steal. Yeah, it's definitely a steal, bro. That's definitely a steal. Like, I can't even stress. I mean, that's definitely a steal. When you sit down and think about it, it's like, wait, what? Yeah, man, that's a steal. That is a freaking steal. $450 for a Pro. Crazy value, crazy. It says, I'm tired of people saying PS3 is better. Laugh. Oh, Lord, here we go. I guess you're talking about some other people who say, it says, why is another man worried about what another man's doing with his hard-earned money? Hey, Bobby, don't even worry about it, my brother. He said, I do what I want with my money. Exactly. Hey, if you want to drop $1,003, hey, you have all right to do it.
Thanks for the dono.
Do what you do.
I hope you got a lawyer cause I'm suing you, lol.
Oh, whatever, Michael Peer. Bro, whatever. You know what? Whatever. Talk about suing. I don't have no source. I never confirm anything. I just gave you my opinion. So you're gonna sue somebody for having an opinion? Okay, I guess. AMD Ant-Man, what's popping, brother? Let's see here. It says, what's up, Marlon? It says, I picked up the 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. It blows my 1070 away. Woo! That's a huge generational quadruple upgrade over a 1070. Away, the colors on the AMD pop more. I'm officially Team Red, bro. Hey, Ant-Man, check out my stream for the 9070 XT. And bro, I was already telling you, like, yo, Team Red is doing it. Team Red is doing it, man. That Redstone and that FSR 4 and the 9070 XT, beast of a card. Literally beast of a card. Giving the 5070 Ti a run for its money. I'm telling you guys. Considering, AMD is not really doing none of the flagship stuff that they normally do in terms of cards and stuff to go up against like the 5090 and things of that, or even 5080 for that matter. But hey, man, congratulations on that purchase, my brother. The 960. Oh man, great card, man, great card. Nah, Louise, I couldn't really get into it. Like, I would definitely say, being honest, like, that's not necessarily my cup of tea, but hey, I digress. I said, what's up, bro? Currently, Metro Prime 4 currently has an 80 Metacritic average based on 50 plus reviews. So people are mad. Oh Lord. That's probably one of the lowest I've seen, but hey, who cares, man? I try to keep telling you boys, like, none of that stuff matters at the end of the day. None of that stuff matters at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, if you buy Metroid Prime 4 and you love it, then you love it. Who cares what the next man have to say? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? What it boils down to is you buy the game, you enjoy the game. Bump what the reviewers are saying. Marlon, the only way PlayStation 6 gets Steam is they may need to call Microsoft to put Windows operated system in PS6 because Steam games is operated on Windows, NVIDIA. Well, all that could be custom and all that could be ironed out. We're ways away from all this happening. You know what I'm saying? But don't be surprised, man. Nothing stays the same forever. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you see a shift from Sony, happening, in the next generation. Don't be surprised. If I drop some money, I'm just gonna drop it like it's hot and be done with it. I'm not gonna fake with it. That's all I'm saying. Well, I hear you. I hear you, my man, Vista. I hear you, bro. But everybody, some people don't have it like that. You know what I mean? And even if they have it like that, hey, look, they're gonna do what they can afford to do. So I'm never gonna knock somebody and tell them, hey, look, hey, drop more. Like, do what you can do. It's out of the generosity of your heart. You didn't have to do it in the first place. PS6 need to have installed this, take CD out, and it can play. I see what you're saying. I see what we'll see. That's kind of crazy you saying that too, because that's more PC like more than anything else. Yeah, that would be a crazy thing. That's a solid way to look at it. So Marlon, I like to hear the Goku, so that is why I send it the way I do. Satil do to grow up and find a woman. Hey, Bobby, you good, bro? Don't worry about all that, bro. Don't worry about all that. You do what you do, bro. You do what you've been doing. Hey, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know, Bobby, you keep doing you, my man. Don't let nobody tell you, you know what I'm saying, what to do and what not to do. You do you. If you like hearing the sound of Goku, you like hearing the sound of Goku. And what you do, listen, every little bit counts on what you do and contribute to our community. So one love and God bless. Plus, you are one of the main ones that has been like supported and everything like that. So it's all good. He said, Marlon said, did you hear about Naughty Dog? Hear about what? What happened? You talking about with Intergalactic, the Heir to Profit? You said the game is butt, bro. What game? Are you talking about? You said I'm buying Metro Prime 4 because we've been waiting for 8 years. Yeah, me too, man. I'll pick it up. Well, look, if he thinks Ghost is bad, then hey, Ghost is bad. I mean, for him, you know what I'm saying? For him, it is. Like, hey, everybody got their own opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? You live and you learn in this life. You live and you learn, man. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. That's all facts. I said, do you think that Steam will be on PS6? 57% of you guys said, heck no, it ain't happening. And 43% of you guys
Thanks
said,
for the donut.
Yes.
Ivan said consoles going PC route. If this Steam news is fake, just talking about it is putting it in the air.
Yep.
Rumors sometimes come true.
That is true. Facts. All facts, man. All facts. Yep. You're putting it out there in the atmosphere. What's up, Christian? What's going on, my brother? Man, I am doing great, man. I'm just here grinding. You know what I'm saying? Grinding as usual, trying to grow our community, trying to head into the right direction for 2026 and put in King Jesus first and everything last. I'm hard in all the super chats. Thank y'all. Love you guys, man, for all these super chats. These super chats are the lifeline of the channel because we're 100% fan funded. You know, every once in a blue moon, we might get a channel sponsor here and there, but you know, it's only for a short period of time. And I typically don't work with everyone like that. So you guys are literally the lifeline. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys. Mark says, you know what? Sony could, Marlon, on that rumored handheld, imagine a Steam launcher on it. That could be crossed with PS. Oh, man. Yeah, definitely, Mark. Exactly what I was saying earlier. Like a hybrid of the PS Portal and a dedicated handheld fused together, similar to what Nintendo is doing. And then with this lower power mode of what the PS5 is doing right now, have that lower power mode, obviously one of the key features of the PS6 handheld, and you have that PC launcher or whatever the case may be on that thing so you can play PC games on that PlayStation 6 handheld. Oh my God, dude. That would be crazy, man. Sony got a lot of ideas. They got a lot of things that they can play around with and make happen and try to, you know, make some kind of difference going into, you know what I mean, next generation, because they have to find a way to rule you. I mean, to reel you in. They're saying Naughty Dog Intergalactic being shut down or delay in 2028. What? Who is saying that? Who is saying that? So Digital Foundry said that Metro Prime 4 have beautiful shadows and lighting work to rain and snowdrops showed up on Samus visor and arm cannon. Wow, really? The game runs at 120 FPS locked in performance. Yo, I can't wait to play that joint. Yo, that joint is, man, Metroid has always been fire, man. Metroid is all retro studios and Nintendo, man. Fire. Joint is fire. I just got Ninja Gaiden 4 on sale for $55. And I got Marvel Cosmic Invasion for Christmas as well. Nice. You know what? I'm going to be releasing a video on my Black Friday pickups and stuff like that. I'm thinking about releasing it soon. So stay tuned, man. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of pickups and stuff like that. So stay tuned. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4 is fire, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it this week. I'm gonna try to get on it this week. I'm gonna try to pick it up this week. Yeah, I heard it's on Twitter that Naughty Dog get into acts in what? Wait, hold on. No. Wait. What are you guys saying? Are you guys saying that Sony is gonna shut down Naughty Dog? Or the game is getting it? There's no way Sony's shutting down Naughty Dog. That's not happening. So I don't know where that's coming from. And if it gets delayed, if Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet gets delayed, then you might as well just write that off as a PlayStation 6 launch title at this doggone point if it gets delayed. But what are you going to do? I mean, we don't even have any release date, or any release window. So what? I don't understand. How is it going to be delayed if we don't have a release window?
Thanks for the dono.
Sony not crazy, bro. Any revenue is good. Death Row Records accept Sony boys for sure. Eyes emoji, lol. If Sony do a hybrid, do you think they would lose money, bro?
Nope. They would not lose money. That will make them more money. You hear me? Thank you so much, Top Shelf, for supporting the show with that $5. Appreciate you. Elite member, Top Shelf. They will make more money. They're not going to lose money making a hybrid machine. Look at Nintendo. Why do you think Nintendo is so successful? Can't even speak when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, because it's a hybrid machine. Same thing that Sony can do. Sony can mimic that. You know what I mean? And that's going to print them even more money, because people are going to be like, well, I can play PC games on PS6. Oh, shoot, I'm going to just buy me a PS6 instead of spending thousands of dollars on a PC. And this thing is supposed to be more powerful and being able to run games at 4K 120 possibly with ray tracing and all this. Oh, shoot. That's more money for them. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Yeah. You're right, Jenna. You're right. Yeah, ain't nothing like that. Shoot, ain't nothing like that. You're right. Waste of freaking energy. Yeah, Naughty Dog ain't fixing to get shut down, bro. You crazy? Naughty Dog is one of Sony's best studios to date. You know what I mean? Like Last of Us, freaking, come on, man. Come on. Naughty Dog is goated. Crash Bandicoot. You know what I'm saying? Jack and Daxter. Are you crazy? Come on, man. Nah, man. I'll believe it when I see it. El Unico, I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I mean? There's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no way. I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it, man. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it, bro. Not happening. Naughty Dog out of all the studios? No, sir. Maybe if you would have said like Fire Sprite or something like that, then okay. You know what I'm saying? Look at what happened with Firewalk and all this stuff. Like, man, look, bro. You know, like I told you boys, man. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Naughty Dog? Nah, bro. Naughty Dog is going to be around for a very long time and they ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They're not like just Housemarque ain't going nowhere. Freaking Naughty Dog ain't going nowhere. Who else? Insomniac ain't going nowhere. Are you crazy? None of those studios, man. You know what I mean? Those studios keep Sony together. You know, are you crazy? Especially Insomniac, man. Insomniac is like the Mickey Mouse for Sony Studios. Like, what? You're crazy, bro. And they ain't going nowhere, bro. Nowhere they're going. It says, what is the last banger Naughty Dog put out though? Last of Us Part 2, which was released 5 years ago. And I've called Naughty Dog out on this. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you've been doing nothing but remakes and remasters. Where's the games, man? And obviously now we're getting Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet. This is their first new game for the entire generation so far, for the entire 5 years. So that game is going to have to be really good. That's all I got to say. It's going to have to be really good, because if it ain't good, heads are going to freaking roll. That's all I got to say. Heads are going to roll. And people are going to be very upset. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, they're going to have to get it right. Get it together. You know, get it right, get it together. That's the nature of the beast, you know? So, hey, man, get on it, you know, get on it. But I love you guys, man. I'm going to go ahead now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and work on this video for y'all and try to drop this video. I do have some pickups I wanted to share with you guys. So hopefully y'all like the video. Hopefully y'all support it. I'm going to try to go ahead and try to edit that joint and get that joint ready for you guys now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, man. What a beautiful discussion today about the Steam coming to PlayStation 6. I can't speak. Shout outs to the homie, the man, the myth, the legend, HipHopGamer. Even if it does not happen, hey, at least we had a very good discussion about it amongst each other. I think that, you know, the possibilities are endless, you know, going into next generation, and anything is possible. So even if it does not happen, maybe something similar to what hip hop is saying happens, or similar to what I was saying the entire stream happened. We're just going to have to wait and see. But best believe Sony's job is to reel you guys in, and also to make money off of all of us. That's what these companies are in business to do. They got to come up with something, the next gimmick, the next trick. You know what I mean? The next wow factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I got to get me one. Yep. That's what these companies are in business to do, to persuade you to get in them pockets. So blessings on you guys, man. I love y'all. Hit the like button. Let's see if we could get over 200 likes. If you want to see more of this shows moving forward, hit that like button and get the hype points up on the show. And thanks to all the elite members, Bobby Cook, Mark, Top Shelf, all of you guys, man, who donated. You know, appreciate you guys, because without y'all, there wouldn't be no show. So love you guys, man. Be blessed, be easy. I'm going to go ahead and get this video worked on for you guys. Peace. I love you guys. We out.
Hey. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Flipping the script from my old ways. Flick up the switch, I'm in flow state. Commas, I'm going through growing pains. I wasn't used to being so gross. I tighten the threads at a crochet. I wake up to cushion some OJ. The last tape I dropped was a rollway. It's yellow, I swear it's a Coldplay. Viva la vida, I'm swiping the visa. We working, I'm taking off no days. Cause we throwing shots like a gun range. Till we finally make it to front page. A head full of dreams, some breath for the schemes. A heart that been feeling like it's a machine. I'm pushing extremes, cause I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Yeah, stay on my P's, get hate off my body like it's a disease. I'm walking off after we taking the lead. She call me Big Papi, I'm David Ortiz. It's what you've been waiting to see. There's moments where you gotta take it or leave. And I'm taking everything, some call it greed, but I call it living out what you believe. And I've been believing since no one was seeing the vision board. Racing with fate all my life, a collision course. Fighting with snakes, I'm a lion like Gryffindor. I be asking permission for it. This type of shit what we breaking tradition for. Clearing the mission, don't care who the victim. I'm dying for all that I'm living for. Flipping the script from my old ways. Flick up the switch, I'm in flow state. Commas, I'm going through growing pains. I wasn't used to being so gross. I tighten the threads at a crochet. I wake up to cushion some OJ. The last tape I dropped was a rollway. It's yellow, I swear it's a Coldplay. Viva la vida, I'm swiping the visa. We working, I'm taking off no days. Cause we throwing shots like a gun range. Till we finally make it to front page. A head full of dreams, some breath for the schemes. A heart that been feeling like it's a machine. I'm pushing extreme, cause I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Yeah.